Hello everybody and welcome to the Queen of Coins Tarot, YouTube's least camera ready channel. I'm so glad y'all are here. It's hot, 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 except unless you're in South Africa. I was listening to Mad World this morning and she said it is quite cold there and even the birdies are hungry. So, you know, just we've got 95 Fahrenheit here in Dallas. Let me think. They've got, I don't know what, she didn't say what temperature it was, but anyway, I trust that when she says it's cold in South Africa, it's quite cold. So, I've got a grandchild out there who's just gotten back from her dad's, so she's pretty happy to be at Granny's. Oh, I'm sorry about this morning, guys. I had a headache blow in on me really fast. And I think it was from Princess Diana's energy, so I'm just going to have to ask you not to come in on this reading. If you could just let me take some time to recover. I don't think this is a reading you're going to need to be involved in, although it does involve your son, William. But we did hear and understand that you are going to try to protect him. And we do know that you were not a fan of Charles's reign or upcoming reign in your lifetime, so I can certainly understand that because he's turned out to be, I don't know, hard to get along with or something. I don't know. So anyway, again, this is the Queen of Coins Tarot. I welcome you at my back gate. We're just chatting and carrying on like neighbors do. I do have to have you come on in to the parlor because it's just stinking hot. Okay, guys, some of y'all are trying to learn tarot. So I'm going to use the giant Rider-Waite deck so everyone can easily follow along and learn some things perhaps. I think it's easier that way, and anybody who wants to learn, maybe you'll find this. I like big cards. I just think it's sometimes for seeing on camera it's easier. Okay. Again, I'm the Queen of Coins Tarot. This is all for fun and speculation. It's allegedly. I don't know anything, but where could you have so much fun unless you went skiing with Fergie or you went hanging out in Hollywood with Megan for lunch? I don't know. She certainly seems to be a ball of energy that goes everywhere at all times. So if you're learning tarot, the one thing I would like to say is please call in the light, unless you know you're, unless you are a dark practitioner, and then of course you're calling on different things, and so that's fine too. But for those who are trying to learn tarot, I would concentrate on calling in your light beings. And so we open the holy space now for the protection of all, the love of all. Hear that? My dog's upstairs in the baby's bed. I have to put a quarter in the doggy bark jar. This is the doggy bark jar. I don't know why he's barking, although he may see the post lady. Okay, I want to look at Charles and William. Well, maybe somebody coming to visit. I don't know. Okay, Charles and William. How are they in themselves? I always like to start with the base of how people are and how they're feeling at the moment and whatnot. There's somebody coming to the door. She must be delivering. Oh yeah, Amazon. Okay, so I've heard so many rumors, and it makes me sad when I hear these kind of rumors about, you know, people not getting along in a family. I don't necessarily believe that Charles and William are butting heads, but I want to know, does William want the throne in a soft regency? Does Charles not want William to have it? What does Anne think? Who does she think would be better? Is she thinking that she would like Charles to stick it out, or she would like William to go ahead and take it or have it in a soft regency? I want to know what Andrew thinks. I know everybody tends to dismiss Andrew, but he's still in the family. I would have gone on down to Edward because I dearly love Edward, but I think it would be fun to get Andrew's opinion because he will have an opinion. I'd like to know, is he ready for his nephew to take the throne in a soft regency? Is that even under discussion? Or is he happy for Charles to stay on? I even wonder if he would be part of this Meghan and Harry supposed briefing against them, but we'll see. Okay, we're also going to look at whether Meghan and Harry are actively conspiring against the throne, and I'm surprised that that would be the case because I would feel like they would get more goodies under Charles than William, but I think Meghan's, if I understand narcissism, I think Meghan would be more like, if I can't wear the crown, nobody's going to wear the crown, and certainly not Catherine. I want to know who will be queen, and Meghan or Catherine. Now, you guys, listen, this is tarot. It's for fun and entertainment. It's just fun and speculation and telling a story. I'm just curious what tarot will say, Meghan or Catherine. It's one of those test questions, just to throw it out there and see. Because Meghan has her sights on it, and I want to know, is there any circumstances? But anyway, Meghan or Catherine. Who does the government want to be in the top dog position? William or Charles? What do the world governments think? I mean, are they looking forward to the throne being turned over, or are they satisfied with Charles? And what's the likely outcome? Soft regency or a complete handing over? And I don't see that happening just because Charles looks good to me, and he's now that he's feeling good again, I kind of feeling better. I don't know that people with cancer ever have the best of days, not like when they were young, but he knows he's getting good care and he's supported, and I just want to know, soft regency or complete turnover or status quo? Let's find out. Again, this is the Queen of Coins Tarot. I don't know anything. We're just having fun, but you couldn't have any more fun than this unless you were a fly on the wall in Meghan and Harry's bedroom. Okay. William, Charles. It's going to be hard. Oh, gosh, guys, I always forget to turn the camera. It's going to be hard for me to put these. I'm going to have to move some things. Does William want the throne in a soft regency? And does Charles not want William to have it? What does Anne think about what's going to happen? Soft regency or natural occurrence? Or what does she think? I just want to know. Andrew, Meghan and Harry conspiring. Meghan or Catherine queen. Gov. How do the Gov feel? World Govs. And the likely outcome. We're going to look at the underlying energies now. The moon in reverse. And I don't have my backlight on just because I've had a sick headache today. So I hope it's not too dark in here for y'all. But anyway, the moon in reverse, the world, Page of Pentacles. Oh, we got that this morning. Okay. Let me think about that. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Children, new knowledge, new beginnings. The world is everything at your feet, everything coming, the Fool's journey at the end, the Moon in reverse. Secrets, discussions behind doors, rock in a hard place. Okay, let's look at William. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Well, these folks are out in the cold. Why do I feel like that's the crux of why Charles is not wanting to go back to the idea of the soft regency? Because he's worried about the grandkids on Harry's side. Because he knows Harry and whatnot will be. Let's continue reading. Charles. How is he in himself? Five of Swords in reverse, embattled. But he thinks he's winning because he's keeping William off the throne. I'm feeling that strongly. That's weird. And people are walking away, but he feels like he's vanquishing. Does he not want William to have the throne? Knight of Wands. Oh, that's Harry's card. Does William want the throne and a soft regency? King of Wands, yes. Oh, sorry, guys. Yes, he does. Soft regency, yes. Can I have a clarifier for this, please? I'm just not sure. Knight of Wands, not wanting William to have it. I don't want to say that he feels that way because I'm not sure. Knight of Wands, taking time. He knows William's going to be powerful, and his own reign will pale by comparison, but that was just naturally going to happen. May I have a clarifier, please? Oh, Three of Pentacles in reverse. They are not working together well. Does he not want William to have the throne? Okay, let me read on. What does Anne think? The Devil in reverse. Weird. I would have not expected that at all. She's not the kind of person I feel that thinks in those terms. Let me think. I'm hearing so many things. There's something weird here. Something weird. Who are we trying to keep from being powerful? Who? Who are we trying to keep? This is not William. This is, what does Anne think? Anne thinks, what does Andrew think? Two of Pentacles, he doesn't care. One's as bad as the other in his mind. Anne's got something on her mind. Andrew doesn't feel like his situation's going to change either way. He's the devil in reverse, the world, the moon, Page of Pentacles. I'm going to have to think about that one a little bit more and let it come in. Are Harry and Meghan actively conspiring against the monarchy? The Star. That's what it is. There are governments, or there are people who have always been invested in bringing down the monarchy. And I don't care how far back you go. King Henry VIII, you know, things changed under him to change the monarchy. Anne does not want to see the monarchy weakened by those forces, whether it's Soros, and I'm just throwing out names, I don't know anything, Gates, Al-Fayed, whatever, Chinese, whatever, I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas. I'm just speaking. I don't know why I feel Ukraine, but I just do. And I don't know. I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't know. I mean, you know, Ukraine, Russia, whatever, but I feel something from that embattlement. But anyway, that's just something. For all I know, it could be America. She knows Charles works well with Trump. Meghan or Catherine, Queen? The Emperor. Well, it's only going to be William that can be the Emperor, so it'll be Catherine. But let's look at a qualifier just for... Wow, I am picking up really potent energies today because this is, my headache's coming back and it had gone. And I really thought reading would make me feel better. So there's something in my room. Can you dial it back just a little bit, please? I know you're dying to speak, but I think your energies, because you do want to talk so much, I think they're... I know you came in to heal. But I need to acclimate. Judgment in reverse. Judgment in reverse. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. William. Okay, okay, okay. All right, Princess Diana wants to speak up. William's reign means that, and thus Catherine on the throne. William's reign means that Princess Diana's legacy will be honored. Instead of all this constant twicking at her legacy and her past about what an awful, I don't know, bulimic, anorexic, bitchy person she was, those stories will stop cold. There won't be any more briefings against her legacy to make other people, i.e. Charles, look good. I'm just saying, don't come at me, please. I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm a historian. Catherine will be the one on the throne. This makes me happy. Because I think people deserve to be judged on their own merits. And she was such a young girl. You know, when we talk about the queen being young, 25 to become queen, Diana was even younger when she became the Princess of Wales in a way, and she was not from inside the system. So, and they, how do I say this nicely? As much as I love the royal family, they did not really nurture her time there as, say, they have done for Meghan. So this makes me happy, and now I know why you've popped in and for the past couple, well, actually 3 days, and wanted to speak. What does the Gov think? Six of Pentacles in reverse. That they're not going to get as many goodies and concessions with William as they do with Charles. William's going to be more powerful. It's not going to be as easy to knock the monarchy down under William. But I don't know. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see now why Anne's got this. There's a lot weighing on William. What do the world governments think? What do they want? The Lovers in reverse. Oops, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get, oh gosh. What? The Lovers in reverse. They don't feel a strong partnership right now. There's something bothering everybody on the world scene. I don't know if it's the overrun at the borders, every border. Or if it's the Ukraine-Russia thing. Something's bothering everybody. And Charles just doesn't seem to have a good handle on what people want. I mean, unless it's his core group that he seems to favor. Only beings of light. What's the outcome? Ace of Pentacles. I'm feeling like there's going to be a deal struck between father and son. As far as Harry and whether or not a soft regency comes in. Let me look at this underlying energy. Wait, which way did I have these cards? Pew, I think it was this way. Ace of Swords in reverse, 10 of Pentacles, happy families, and 8 of Cups. Walking away. Charles is being encouraged to fall on his sword because happy families are needed, and walking away. They're afraid William may walk away and say, screw it. Too much is being given away, and William doesn't want to take over at just an empty throne. Where are you going, little girl? Are you leaving, Grammy? All right, you go get a drink of water. This is weird. It's too dark for y'all. Okay, the moon, secrets coming out. The world is definitely concerned. Page of Pentacles. Why would England be such a prize that everyone is concerned about? Or that, not everyone, but that it's loud and proud on the world stage. The world governments are hoping to continue to, how can I say this gently? That's laughter, not crying. The world governments are hoping to continue to New World Order England, and thus Scotland and Northern Ireland. They may have a little more trouble with Scotland and Northern Ireland. And I don't know, we'll see. But, yes, it is the Christian watering down. But I don't know that, we don't really know how William feels about that part of his mother says he's just fine. That he will serve the way Queen Elizabeth did, and his wife also looked at Queen Elizabeth as a huge example. Like they took so much from her learning. Like they admire that more than they admire what's currently in position. So, Ace of Swords in reverse, 10 of Pentacles. It will be happy families if Charles falls on his sword and accepts the soft regency idea, or there is a possibility, it has been in his mind, William's mind, that he might walk away. It has come up. Meghan and Harry conspiring against the throne. Yes, they're very much stirring the pot, weakening death by 1,000 cuts. Because if she can't be the star and wear the crown, nobody's going to. But her and Harry were easy pickings anyway. They activated his rage, which was already there, and in full manifestation. It didn't even take you dying, to be honest. She says that's true, but it didn't help. No, it didn't. She says Harry's very suspicious, and you're not. She says no. She made mistakes. She listened to the wrong people. She was nervous and it was new territory and she made mistakes. But she says she's proud of what she accomplished. She's not happy with Harry because he's not operating from a place of light, from a heart space, which she says she tried to do. And maybe she says she didn't always succeed, but she tried to make a real difference with AIDS, landmines, the underrepresented. She says she was hoping she had taught that to her boys, and she's very proud of William, and she's going to protect William and his reign. Yeah, the cards are lined up against William. I see that. Between the Six of Pentacles in reverse, the Lovers in reverse, Star. He actually does need, Charles needs to move into this soft regency for you to get what you're owed in terms of karma. Rebalance his karma. That's why he thinks he's winning, because as long as he's on the throne, psychically, he can ward this off. But right now, William feels like he's out in the cold. He and his family are out in the cold. She says it's not true that... Do I have to say that? I really don't want to say that. She says it's not true that Charles is operating from a Christian perspective, or he'd be nicer to William. I don't know. I'm just saying what she's saying, so don't anybody be upset. It's just... Happy families needs to happen. Because we have the Ace of Swords, and it doesn't matter which way I look at it, up or down. In this case, Charles needs to fall on his sword and move on. In order for happy families to happen, or there's real danger of him walking away and taking care of his family. Now, William's going to do his duty. Did I say Charles? What? William walking away. William's going to do his duty. He has every intention of doing his duty. But his father, I feel, may have pulled back and an idea, an understanding, so that Charles could spend more time working with the New World Order governments and on Harry's behalf. But I do think that there will be some kind of an offer and understanding that happens. It's not totally dark. I feel that things are going to move. As far as Andrew's concerned, nothing's going to happen. I mean, his life doesn't change either way. William He's now ready to take this on. And there's a lot of things lined up against him. Notwithstanding his own father. Because right now, Charles thinks, this is in reverse, he thinks he's warded off Father Time, William's accession, Harry being cast out forever. What does Donald Trump have to do with it? He's a fan of the monarchy. I mean, he made Charles and Camilla actually look good. They should be grateful to him. That was the first time Charles really got good press. Oh. She says Charles is jealous of Donald Trump because he's powerful. Has it ever occurred to Charles that he could be powerful too if he quit sitting around worrying about who's got the better, toys or whatever? She says no. Is he capable of enlightenment? Is he capable of any, he says he's, we know he's done all this spiritual study supposedly and all that, but she says not really. Are you saying it's just been Islam? She says the Queen felt like she needed to serve God and that God needed to be served as long as possible. And that's why she stayed on, even though she really, really was weak by the end. But she knew what was going to happen. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings. I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm just the channel, the vessel for healing, and I don't want anybody to be upset. I can easily see, I hadn't thought of it before, but I can easily see where the Queen was so diligent, A, about duty, and but B, definitely about serving God, Jesus Christ. So the being the head of the church was a serious mission for the Queen, a serious responsibility. And I feel like she got some sense of that responsibility from her father, but also from some sense of the understanding of the monarchy, what it meant. Maybe, she saw so much in her life. I think she felt like leaning on a higher power, respecting a higher power, loving a higher power was a way for people to make their lives easier and not be eaten up by anger, guilt, rage, selfishness, greed, all those things. So anyway, I know somebody wrote me the other day and said, you'd be a lot more fun and entertaining if you didn't virtue signal. You know what? I'm just sitting here with a bad headache and enjoying being with y'all. And I don't know if I'm virtue signaling or not, because after I leave this room, 5 minutes later, I won't be able to remember anything I said, just like I could never remember what I put in any of my books after I wrote it, because when I'm downloading, it just, and plus my tricky brain that with its dyslexia doesn't remember anything anyway. So this was for fun and entertainment. Again, I don't know anything. Let me know what you think, where I went wrong. let's chit chat about it. I hope this was helpful. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, comment if you have something to say. Either I really just lost my mind in this one, or you can see some of it, or it's food for thought, or I'm reading the cards a different way than you would, or whatever. So feel free to comment. This is how we learn. This is how we other people, you know, it's not meeting at the back gate and coming into the parlor and visiting and being friends unless everybody feels like they have a voice and can chit chat. So thank you for being here. I hope I'll see you again later for another one. I'm going to go make some more tea or something and see if I can get rid of this. I'd like to thank Princess Diana for showing up and speaking. I know that this subject is very near and dear to your heart, and I do know that you tried very hard to be a good example to William and Harry, so, and to all of us. So, you know, there's a lot of room for all of us to learn forgiveness and understanding. I don't always get there, but we can try. So I love y'all very much, and I'll see you soon on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.